Hey guys, before we get into this video, as you can see here, MMAPR asks, how long should you wait before you reply to his text? Now, honestly, you don't wait any long. You reply. So if you do superficial stuff, you're gonna get superficial results. If you act fake, you're gonna get fake. Okay? When you see the text, reply to the text. You should be fulfilling your purpose. You should be doing your duty in life. You should be already busy before any of that stuff happens, right? You should be working. You should be fulfilling your purpose in life. You should be on your grind, right? You should not be, this is not a stopwatch. There's no stopwatch for this where you wait and then you wait for the stopwatch to go off and then you're like, oh, now it's time to reply. No, right? So how long before you reply to his text? Well, you reply to it when you see it, to be honest with you. Because now obviously don't reply like 1 minute, right? You're not gonna reply that fast, but you should be fulfilling your purpose in life. Okay, you should be on your grind, and when you get a chance, you reply. That's my answer to that. There's no specific 4 minutes to the hour or 2 minutes to the hour, or there's none of that. So hopefully that answers your question. Guys, leave questions and I will answer it in the next video. Enjoy the video. Welcome to another episode of Make Him Love You. In this episode, we're going to be discussing how to attract. Now, there are several things that you want to make sure you do before you even get to the how to attract stage. There's a checkbox list that you want to make sure you have checked off before you get to this point. The first thing you want to be checked off is you want to make sure that your hygiene is in order. Now, I'm not going to explain what that means because we all know what that means. So that's the first thing that you guys want to do, is make sure your hygiene is in order. Second thing you guys want to do is, or I should say you ladies want to do, is you want to make sure that you dress to impress. Now, not all of you can afford Gucci. Not all of you can afford Louis Vuitton. Not all of you can afford Panda Express. Some people can only afford Target, Walmart brands. Some people can afford Fashion Nova. But at the end of the day, boo-boo, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you have to do. You have to get what you gotta get. At the end of the day, everybody's bag is different, and you gotta get what you have to get. And if somebody's gonna like you, at the end of the day, they're gonna like you for you. They're not gonna like you because you're wearing some Balenciaga shoes. If somebody likes you because you're wearing Balenciaga shoes, then that's not the person for you. They like your shoes. They don't like you. I'm sorry to harshly put it to you. They like your shoes. They don't like you. So you gotta find somebody that actually messes with you for you and not for what you're wearing or not for what you have on. And that's just the truth. It's a harsh reality, but that's what it is. So you want to look presentable. You don't have to look like you walked off the red carpet. Definitely don't have to go all out like that unless you're going to some fancy dinner, but you don't have to do that. And then once you have these two things down, honestly, you gotta be seen. You gotta be seen. You gotta walk in that person's direction. You gotta cross that person's path. If you're not crossing that person's path, then them two steps, they don't mean anything, because that person's not gonna see you. They're not gonna see you. So it's almost like, if you can prepare for the game, you can practice for the game, but if you don't go to the game, how are you gonna win the game? You're not. That's how you're gonna win. You're not. So you have to, it's very important that, you cross this person's path. You don't be creepy about it. You don't have to be creepy about it. You don't have to be weird about it. You just cross their path, however you do it. Cross their path, right? If I'm walking to the bathroom, or I'm walking to the store, or whatever, right? Say hi. Don't be. Now society is crazy, because people can't even say hi. And I honestly, if you ask me, I think it's silly. I think it's silly how people can't even say hi. I think that's silly. I honestly do. I think it's silly nowadays that people can't even say hi to each other without somebody thinking that they're out to get you. I think it is. So don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to say hi. Don't be afraid to engage in meaningful conversation. Meaningful. I stress that. And, once you do those 3 things, your chances go from 0 to 70-80% realistically, right? There's only so much you can do. At the end of the day, if the person's going to talk to you, they're going to talk to you. If they're not, they're not. There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can take. There's only so much you can dish out before it's just you have to, it's a waiting game after that. So if you want to attract, you must be approachable, and you must be, your everything has to be on point. Everything has to be on point. You can't be, there's no room for slacking at all. Hygiene has to be great, and you have to look the part. Nobody's asking you to be America's Next Top Model. Nobody's asking that. Alright? But, a lot of this sounds like common sense, but you'd really be surprised. You guys would be shocked. You'd be shocked. So, if all these things and all these steps are taken, then you will be successful. If all these steps are taken, you will be successful at this. Every single video, every single step, they all have to coincide with each other for this to work. You can't use one step without the other, right? So it's just you can't expect to do one thing and then expect another thing to happen, but you forgot the other 2 steps. No, you got to do everything. You got to complete the whole journey. That's very important. So, good hygiene, dress accordingly, don't be afraid to talk or have a conversation like a human being, and don't be afraid to cross this person's path. We're all people at the end of the day. We all have emotions. We all have jobs. We all have responsibilities in life. So there's no point of being afraid. So, and if this person doesn't want to talk to you, then they're not worth your time, quite frankly. They're just not worth your time. If they don't want to take 2 seconds to talk to you, move on. They're not worth your time. There's a chance that you might use all these steps and they might not work. That means that they're not worth your time. Move on. That's all it means. So that's pretty much a wrap for this video, this episode. I know this was a little shorter one, but this is really down to the point, down to the nitty gritty. Because at the end of the day, this is all that really matters. And yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in, and tune in next time.